we've been vlogging sort of our life, and we are just coming back. I'm going to turn the light down. We're just coming back from Katie Thurston's FBoy Island premiere, but you're going to be watching this maybe weeks from now, since we haven't told anyone we're pregnant yet. Although we did tell everyone at the premiere, we're just not telling them publicly. How did it feel to tell Jess Ambrose? Of course, Jess Ambrose, her literal Instagram name is the bad mom or whatever, but she's the coolest. Moms with tattoos, cool people. No, it's too late. Let's go around.
Yeah, it was nice to get to tell people. Everyone's so happy for us. It's really sweet. Oh, we're taking photos. Wait a second.
The back of your head looks ridiculous.
Wait.
This is the back of your head.
Oh, you guys still work. Everyone was she was so like nervously happy when we were like, come over here, come over here.
She was like, what's going on?
Yeah, Katie was happy. Oh, and we have an announcement.
Oh God. Okay, good.
You're our first you're our first real person we're telling. But we didn't want to steal your sunshine, but we wanted to tell people before we told people.
Oh my God!
It's not public or anything.
Yeah, totally.
You also got some tough news, so let's talk about it.
Yeah, I got, well, I didn't even read the text from one of my agents, but I'm pretty sure it's a text telling me that I'm being replaced at one of my clients because they have been fitting with the sub for the past month just because of availability. So I kind of saw that one coming. It's just a shame since I like literally was going to be putting in my notice this month.
Well, tell everybody that doesn't know what you do, what this entails.
All right, well, for anybody who's new or doesn't know what I do, I'm a fit model, which basically means I try on clothes for a living. I'm like the exact size of a size 4 mannequin, like a size small.
You try on clothes. Once they get it to fit good on you, they mass produce it.
Yeah. I give them feedback about the fit.
So it's gotta fit you nice.
Yeah, it's gotta fit me like really perfect.
But you're also a freelancer, so you're not entitled to maternity.
I mean, models are all, you know, like gig workers. You don't.
But it's a goddamn tragedy. You don't get maternity leave, and because of that, you can't tell them when you're pregnant.
Well, it's just, you know, normally you wouldn't tell anyone in the first trimester anyway, because lots of things can happen. It's a high-risk time.
But normal jobs, you're not dependent on having your waist and chest measured.
Yeah, so, anyway, I was really just hoping to get through as much of the first trimester as possible before I told my jobs, just because as soon as I tell them I'm gonna get replaced. I had intended on actually letting people know last week, but we're awaiting results of just some like baby's health tests, and I just didn't wanna jinx it. I didn't wanna like, you know, bow out too soon. It's a lot of pressure. But yeah, I got news from my other agent tonight at the party, 2 texts right in a row that I'm getting measured tomorrow. And I think it's because last week, like, I couldn't zip something up that was probably the right size. And I'm definitely over spec a little bit. It's been like I mean TMI, so constipated. And like that makes a difference.
Proper use of the term, yes.
And really nauseous too, so I've been having to eat a lot more often than usual. So it's just, you know, my body is definitely like changing. But it's minimal enough that it's like not super obvious, but when everything like trying on clothes, the measurements are so precise, like it makes sense that they've noticed. So anyway, I got the news that I'm getting measured, which is just kind of like, dang, I really wanted to be able to like leave the job on my own terms.
You know,
and I still am. These are, you know, I already was I was planning on telling them last week, but just because we were waiting on the test results, you know, I was like, okay, I'll push it another week. My boss at one of my jobs is out of town this week, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to tell him next week, first thing on Tuesday.
But in a normal job, you get a send-off, they'll send you, you know, all of this love. Also, financially, you're entitled to maternity leave, so you don't get any of that. You're not going to have people that give you like a collective hoorah and a finality that I think the brain kind of needs sometimes.
Yeah, it's almost like a breakup without closure, I guess. But, you know, I'm ready for this. I've been ready for it for a long time. We've, you know, like when we started trying, we were like, you know, we knew that this was what was going to happen.
But it's not the issue of work. It's the issue of work life. Like people that you've chit-chatted with while you've worked. These people have been a part of your life.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to miss, like, having all of those people to hang out with every day. It's, you know, it's interesting. It was a couple of gut punches right in a row when we were at this event that really just, like, made me spiral a little bit, but it's fine. It's all like, it was all supposed to happen right now anyway. But it's
yeah. I feel bad for you. I want to punch a goat. I get upset. It's not fair. It's not fair the way you're treated. I think a lot
of it is, you know, it's sort of like trauma from years of this, like years of being worried about like being overweight or like not meeting measurements. It's like, it's an ongoing thing that I know, you know, I have a couple other fit model friends that I'm really close with, and we all kind of struggle with the same thing. Just like having your livelihood dependent on being a certain size, it's like, emotionally it's a lot.
And that no longer matters.
Yeah.
And if you want, we're going to walk you into the maternity modeling agency where you'll be embraced and possibly paid handsomely for a large watermelon in your belly.
We'll see.
Yeah, so I give you, not that you need my permission, but I give you permission to be upset at the system that doesn't... It's
not really upset, it's just a lot of feelings. It's just really emotional.
Maybe that's just a crunch trap.
Yeah, well, I think it was being hungry.
Now, Jess says you're going to feel like a goddess your second trimester.
I hope so. I'm so ready to be done with it.
She said she felt like, what did she say? What did she say? She felt like a
divine feminine energy, or I don't know, whatever she said.
I'm like, then what have you been feeling the last 10 years? Because I've been dealing with a queen over here. Yeah, so according to the Google search, next week would be the last week that you are probably going to be nauseous. Now, we might have some moms in the audience going, you're laughing, but hey, you know, maybe the hard first trimester nausea is ending. Maybe you can enjoy some of the quiet time at home and not have the pressure to fit into a certain pant size anymore.
Yeah.
Let's embrace these long, flowy dresses and let the crunch wrap do the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's your update from, I guess, the night before the baby's 13 weeks.
No, what?
12.
Oh, you mean, no.
Wait, I thought
Wednesday is going to be 12.
Okay, 12.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll round this up to a 12.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm sure you'll get some nice kind words from our audience, but I'm sure it's normal. Like some people get, obviously not everyone gets maternity leave, but you don't have the protection.
Well, I would say that most people probably don't lose their job immediately after getting pregnant. So, you know, it's...
Oh, you know what? That's what I wanted to say. Two of my favorite shows growing up, Seinfeld and X-Files. Seinfeld had Elaine was pregnant for a season, right? And they just put her in trench coats. And X-Files had Gillian Anderson.
What was that show?
Who they literally already wore trench coats, and they just throw them in trench coats and they do their job.
There was a show a few years ago that the woman was always in like puffer vests. Like you could definitely tell they were hiding a pregnancy.
That's one of those things where you just
movie
say,
magic.
Yeah,
they
say
definitely
whatever.
do that.
Well, because that's what's crazy. Even in movies and in TV shows, you don't get fired for being pregnant.
Yeah, to be honest,
you literally have the only job.
Well, I was booked for a shoot next week. But the client called and said that the samples were arriving 3 weeks later. They wanted to push it back 3 weeks. And this was when I was like peak bloated when we were traveling. So I felt like I had to tell them like, you know, at that point I'm gonna be 16 weeks. Like, you know, I don't know. My sizing is already bigger than the last time we shot together. And they are not super particular, but you know, all clients are kind of particular. And now that like my bloating issue, my severe bloating is a little bit resolved, I was like, man, why did I tell them? I could have kept that job and it would have been fine, but it's, you know, whatever.
Didn't need it.
I think
We'll get you in some maternity loungewear clothing lines.
sounds comfortable.
All right. Or Taco Bell. You'll be like, hey, Taco Bell, excuse me, I'm pregnant. They'll be like, all the better. We don't care. Just sit there and look happy. All right. How am I doing?
Pretty good.
Am I being supportive enough?
Yeah.
I'm trying. Oh, this is you. There's nothing. If guys were listening, they'll tell you this. There is nothing more annoying than when you lay down and your wife's like, "Babe, can you go get me a water?" And it's like I have to remember that she's pregnant. So when I lay down and she's like, "Babe, can you come up here for 1 second?" I have to grit my teeth and go, "Coming, honey." But it's like there's something. It's like a lion who's done for the day, who just wants to lay down. But can you open the thing? Did you lock the door? Oh, the door's locked. Sorry, you're pregnant. Okay, honey, I'm coming. Coming, baby. Whenever I sound like that, I'm losing my head, my shit on the inside. Yes, baby, I'm coming. I love you, pregnant. All right, I'm gonna go eat my one taco. Pray for me.
I'll share this.